Happy coming out week, everyone. I'm Lori. This is the Beaver Bunch. It's Tuesday. This week we're talking about coming out stories. I am in my car. It's 3 in the morning. I'm in my parking structure at work. I'm on break right now, and I have a really busy day tomorrow, so I wanted to get this done when I could, and when I knew that I would have a lot of energy to do this, and I just had Mountain Dew, Diet Mountain Dew. It's like my fave. So I might talk a little bit fast, and you might wonder why I'm here. So I think we have those things covered. So now we'll get down to what is great. What is great is coming out. As a gay LGBTQRSTUV individual, you come out day after day after day. Every time that it comes up in conversation or that it's somehow relevant that you're a big homo, you come out. You come out time after time after time. Family members, coworkers, strangers, people trying to hit on you, just all sorts of things. I wanted to share a couple stories. First off, I had put out a Twitter yesterday that I would have the most revealing post ever. And it is the most revealing post that I've had so far because of what I'm going to be sharing with you today. And that is my coming out to me letter. I wrote it in pink, and I'm going to read it to you. And I wanted to share it because it was October 19th, 2001, 11th grade. Okay, so this was the first time that I had come out to myself, and it's in writing. So this was a lot longer before I actually started coming out to people. 10/19/01, 11th grade Lori says to herself, and I never plan on sharing this with anyone. Look at me, I'm like prefacing it because I'm so self-conscious because this is a big deal to me, and I wanted to share it with you because I think that probably a lot of you can relate, especially since I've talked about religion and being gay, and this was when I was kind of still dealing with that and had a lot of troubles with it. So you'll see a big difference between me then and me now, hopefully. Okay. Whew. Okay, I can do this. My thoughts sometimes scare me. I am so weird inside. I don't have twisted realities, just bad thoughts. I think girls are hot. Like, I want to hold them and stuff, but I never could. God wouldn't like that. So I can't even admit anything to myself. Yeah, I think boys are really nice. I want to marry one someday, but as for now, I want to be with someone a little more like me. Then when I'm older, I'll excuse it and say it was a mistake and that I was confused. But being able to even know that, it makes it harder for me to go with it. I could never tell anyone, of course. I'm too scared that it would become more serious or people wouldn't look at me the same way. God wouldn't forgive me. Usually you do bad things not knowing they're bad. Then after you are really sorry and you ask for forgiveness. But I know it's wrong now. I think that's why it's bothering me. Gosh, if I could just get over this, it's like the main thing keeping me from being a model individual. I feel so flawed and ashamed because of it, but I don't know how to change it. Who should I tell? What would they say? I came out to myself, and I kept it all this time. I smile, and I kind of laugh when I read it, just because, I think I didn't know that I would have this much support in my life, and that my family would love me so much, and just be behind me. I'm so happy, and like thinking about who this person was and how I was so hesitant and so scared and ashamed to now being like the Beaver Bunch poster child of like a big old lesbian. Knowing that you guys, a lot of you are probably in the same position as I was. So just know that you can come from that and get to a better place. And that's what I hope that you can take from this week. And the other one that I wanted to tell you that was really funny was a coming out story, not to families or friends, but to a random stranger. I went to the OBGYN when I was 18, and I remember the first time going, she had asked a series of questions. Mind you, I had filled this out in like a piece of paper and with a piece of paper and pen, but she still went over them. And so she asked me, she's like, okay, are you sexually active? And I said, yes. And she said, what method of birth control do you use? And at the time I said, I don't use one. And she's like, what? Why is that? And then I had to be like, I don't need one. And she's like, why is that? and and then I said, well, I have sex with women. And she was like, I'm sorry. That was the next question that they're going to ask. So I was like, yeah, maybe they should like change the order of that, because it kind of, it was a really awkward situation. And I think that, you know, if I hadn't been more like secure with my sexuality, I probably would have never went back to the OBGYN. And everyone knows that that's not a good idea. You should always go every year. So I thought that was a pretty funny one. Other really good ones have been just like my best friends and, you know, the, oh, I still love you, or my sister being like, why didn't you tell me sooner? Oh my God. Or my dad being like, oh, it's my daughter, I love her just the same. Or straight guys in college being like, wait, but you two, oh, that is so hot. Or, you know, having a guy come knocking on my door, so can you teach me things, because you have one, so you know what feels good and how to do it. Those are my favorite. I had some good friends. I made some good friends that way. Coming out to my girlfriend's family was really nice, and it was her first time bringing home and introducing a girl as her girlfriend. So that was, it felt like she was kind of coming out, and it was, they were super accepting, and like I said, everything went really well. And I know I talked about it last week, but I think I just really want to talk about her because she's phenomenal. she's she's great. And especially family and friends, they'll come around, and if they love you, and if, you know, you ask them of them to love you and accept you, then they will. You just have to be strong. But people are great. You just have to give them a chance to be. I'd love to hear some of your coming out stories, like your favorite coming out stories, maybe something funny or awkward or embarrassing. That's always good, like me with my gynecologist. So please share. And I can't wait to hear more of the other beavers coming out stories. And I will see you next Tuesday. All right, bye.